Brian, it was a quite a weekend for Whitworth women's soccer.
Mhm.
We did drop a tough 2-0 decision to PLU on Saturday, um, but then come up with a huge win over Puget Sound on Sunday, 1-0 in overtime. Talk about, as a coach, what you saw from our team that uh, gives you positive outlook for the rest of this season.
Mm. Um, I think just how we were able to respond and grow throughout the weekend. We came out knowing we're going to have two great tests against two top 25 teams, and I think we showed up maybe not having an initial belief that we can be very good on the day against either of these teams. But to get to sit in and give up an early goal against PLU and then say, all right, what are we going to be capable of this weekend? How are we going to be free? How are we going to be confident? How are we going to be Whitworth women's soccer, no matter the opponent? And to get to play the rest of the weekend with that freedom, it was great to see the response and some of the soccer that was generated from our end in both games. I was very pleased with.
Are you as equally pleased with our generating our offensive opportunities as creating defensive problems for the opponent? Are we playing equally well on both halves of the field, or we looking for growth, more growth on one side than the other still?
I think it is so intricately tied together that if we're able to flourish in our pressing, it leads into keeping the ball in the opponent's half. And if we are competent in building out and keeping the ball, then we're in better positions to press. So not just trying to isolate, hey, we need to work defensively or attacking, but the combination of both for us is something that we always try to tie together, and they're growing as we progress in the season.
So we go back on the road for two matches this week. First time in a few weeks we're back on the road. And you continue to talk about belief in this team, and we're still looking for that first road conference win.
We are.
So where do you see that belief coming to the front this weekend at Whitman and at Willamette?
Well, I think we build off this past weekend as well. We're the first team in the last 28 conference games to knock off UPS in a conference match. So to instill that within the girls and to now step forward and say, all right, what are we capable of on the road? We're facing two very quality opponents. You look at Whitman in the last two games, they played toe-to-toe with both Tacoma schools. They're playing some very good soccer as of late. You take Willamette into consideration, they could have scored 7 goals when they visited Whitworth a couple weeks back. They didn't, but we know that they're capable of much as well. So we want to continue to sharpen, we want to continue to grow in what we're able to do in our belief within who we are as teammates, who we are as soccer players. And I think we're going to see some great soccer come out on the road. We're excited to play.